The island of La Gomera is an old volcano. It's the second smallest of the islands of the Canaries, and it's about 20 miles from Tenerife. From our point of view, that makes it very convenient because there are many flights to Tenerife. The island was made habitable by phenomenal efforts of the islanders to create these spectacular terraces on what is an incredibly steep ex-volcano. Thanks to those terraces, many plants and crops can grow, and it's that gave the possibility of habitation. It's also that makes the landscape something absolutely wonderful in which to walk, to paint or to photograph. At the top of the island is an incredible ancient forest. It's evergreen laurel, and it's got a sense it's full of mist, it's very lush and green, and there are these tortured laurel trees and moss hanging 12 inches long. It's a fantastic place to visit, very unusual, and in fact is a natural park. Spread across the island there are majestic gorges, ancient farmhouses, and regularly incredible views across the coast, usually to other islands. You sometimes see Teide, which is the big volcano on Tenerife. You often see El Hierro, and usually you can see Las Palmas. And sometimes of an evening, when there's a temperature inversion, we find ourselves looking at the peaks of those islands straight across cloud. Well, it is just like you're in an aeroplane. We've chosen to stay in the little village of Gran Rey. It's without doubt the nicest village to stay on the island. There's a lovely waterfront, there are cafes, there's a beach, slightly hippie feel, which is nice because people play music in the evenings, but very nearly always there's a spectacular sunset that just goes down over the sea, and you'll find many people sitting and just enjoying watching the sun as it drops below the surface of the sea. Also, just where we stay in Gran Rey, there are nice gentle walks to the dunes. At the far end of the beach there's a harbour, colourful boats, and also huge manta rays swimming, which are quite an amazing sight to see. So why paint in La Gomera? I think the main thing that captures the eye of many people are the terraces. The sun is never very high at the time of year we go, so we're always looking at a fairly low angle of light, and it hits the terraces and it bounces off all the different crops, the different colours of the crops that are obviously at different stages of life. It bounces off the shiny surfaces of palm fronds. So I think we're talking about light in a large way. There are old farmhouses, colourful roofs, often rusted tin roofs many times. And the colours are strong. The colours of blue is obviously a predominant colour because the sky is invariably blue, the sea is invariably blue, and the other colour is orange, which you see from the fruits of the palm trees, and in particular the sunsets. We visit places as normal. We visit the sleepy village of Arure, where there's a spectacular viewpoint down a valley and out to sea. Spend a gentle day in Agulo, which in fact is one of the oldest villages and where the stone houses still really remain. It's a very peaceful place to sit and paint and relax, and there's a lovely little restaurant where we can have an authentic lunch. We'll have a day in the ancient woodland because it is so special and unique. We usually have a day, we call it the Red Earth Day. It's kind of surreal because the light is very clear, the sea is very blue, but all the soil in front of us is red, and that makes for some really interesting paintings. And we usually spend time at a place called Caseria Espinas, which is House of the Pines, and it's just a peaceful spot with pines, palms, and a lovely pink house. We have a free day as usual. There's nowhere really to go. I wouldn't really recommend going anywhere in particular on the island. Where we are is a lovely place. You can swim in the swimming pool on the roof of the hotel, which is a really lovely pool, or you can swim in the sea. You may wander along towards the sand dunes in one direction. You may walk the other way to see the boats and watch the manta rays, or you can take a trip to go looking for whales and dolphins. As ever, we'll have a full-time painting tutor. We visit many towns. There'll be traditional local cuisine. We'll have a full-time tour manager. You'll receive full board with wine. And of course, we'll meet you initially in Tenerife, from where we go by minibus to the port, and then we take the ferry. And arriving in La Gomera, then we'd bring our minibus from there to the village. And of course, the ferry and everything is included in the price.